Yo, 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 Big Catch back up in here. I want to go over this Knox Hill video, y'all. Cause he got a pretty interesting point. Also, want to gain some knowledge on the Kendrick Lamar and Ice Cube thing. Like, yo, is there a love there? Is there jealousy? What's going on between these two? And he's breaking it down. And I thought it was pretty interesting. You know, I don't like looking at stuff without y'all. So I only seen about a minute of it. You know what I'm saying? I respect his opinion. I respect Knox Hill opinion on things. And you know, he come with that info. He comes with that info. But yeah, we about to get into this video. Y'all know I'm like holding y'all. Without further ado, let's get it.
All right, we got to talk about a story that I find really interesting that keeps popping up, and you guys keep sending me clips. You keep sending me just moments, asking me to weigh in on this, asking me, is there actually beef or possible friction between Ice Cube and Kendrick Lamar? Now, look, we all know the Lil Wayne response that Kendrick had on Wax.
What y'all think? Y'all think it's some confrontation going on with Dot and Ice Cube? Old ass flows. That's the only thing I could think of. But this little Pat-Man thing, is this, what is that? This computerized or is this real?
Whacked out murals. But following up those lines, he also said this. Old ass flows try to convince me that you're the favorite. Now, if you look at that in context to the bars, Nas the only one to congratulate me, it really feels like obviously Kendrick is upset. He's expressing his frustration on Wax about who is congratulating him. But it feels like that frustration and that expression in relation to Lil Wayne, in relation to Nas, in relation to Snoop Dogg, along the lines of thinking on these verses, it would make sense that he's lamenting that he's not getting a lot of love, a lot of congratulations from OGs in hip-hop.
Especially the ones that he looked up to. I know are some OGs that, you know what I'm saying, that is showing him love. But, I mean, that's Ice Cube, though. That's the West right there. Like, yo. Like, yo. Why you not showing me the love? Like, why I don't feel it from you, bro? And you know energy is felt. You know when somebody ain't giving you that energy. You know what I'm saying? You just calling it out.
And you definitely feel that bitterness in his old ass flows and the outdated statements. Which then leads us to, well, besides Lil Wayne, who is he talking about with these old ass flows? Who is he talking about in relation to the Super Bowl in terms of not getting his props, not getting his flowers? Who would upset Kendrick Lamar by not giving him congratulations? So there's our setup. Now let's jump into an interview that DJ Who Kid did on his podcast with Ice Cube.
See, Knox Hill, he walk you through it. He crawl you through the joint. See, okay, like, we're going to put the setup there. We're going to do a little setup. Then I'm going to just walk you through this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Where are these bonds?
Talking specifically about Kendrick Lamar and about the Super Bowl.
Kendrick is doing Super Bowl. You stated in the interview that you wouldn't want to be like a guest. You would want to do it on your own. But if Kendrick wanted you to come, would you pop out?
Pop out.
I don't know. You know, I mean, off my first instinct.
Yeah, man. Come on, bro. You supposed to be like, yeah, that's a little homie. That was corny. I know that was corny. Let me try it again. You supposed to be like, yeah, that's a little homie, cuz. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that was better, right? Yeah, but yeah, I don't know, you know, no, I want my own. Man, come on, bro. You supposed to be cute, man. The speaker.
Instincts, I don't want to be a guest. You know, either I'm going to do it or I'm not.
He said he don't want to be a guest. Listen.
I don't want to be a guest. You know, either I'm going to do it or I'm not.
That's ill.
I've done Super Bowl events off to the side, like Super Bowl party, this, that, and the other, but I wasn't a guest. It's Ice Cube Super Bowl party. You know me?
But you the OG, your time is over, bruh. I mean, your time's still here. You got the movies, you got all of that. Like, come on, bro. Come on, Cube. Like, then he got to insert himself in there. Yeah. I did Super Bowl stuff. Me, we know you. We already know you, bro. I did Super Bowl stuff on the side. Like, I did me. No, man, that wasn't the question, bro. Come on, man. Come on, Cube, man. Come on, man. You better than this, OG. Come on, OG. Come on, OG. What's up, man? You know better. Come on, bro.
Super Bowl, Ice Cube Super Bowl.
Crazy.
I'll bring a guest, a few.
For me, it's that instinctual response, which I think is a tell. It's that just obvious lack of enthusiasm to start with. Now let's take a look at some of these comments and how people are reading into Cube's response to all this. Only Nas congratulated type of energy. That's ego. I'm a real big Cube fan too, but his reasoning is all ego-based. I mean, he did just drop a song about his ego, talking also about Kendrick Lamar on that. Old-ass Flow's trying to convince me that you they favorite. Here's the whacked-out mural quotes flying left and right throughout the comments. This is why Kendrick stepped on his album release. And I remember speaking about this in my Whacked Out Murals breakdown. I do think that the timing of GNX is very interesting, whatever you want to say, because at the end of the day, it's not like we have a ton of examples of Ice Cube hating on Kendrick, of Kendrick having issues with Ice Cube. No, if anything, Ice Cube has always given love, shown respect to Kendrick. Kendrick has always returned that love, returned that energy. But sometimes actions speak louder than words. And for me, you have an example of an artist who's going to release an album. That album was pre-announced. It has a set release date. I'm talking about Man Down. Now look, scheduling conflicts happen. I get it. But you mean to tell me that an iconic West Coast artist like Ice Cube, that nobody in Kendrick's camp is going to be aware when Kendrick drops that he's dropping on the same day as Ice Cube? And it's not like Kendrick pre-announced. He surprise dropped his album on the exact same.
Yeah, he meant to do that. He stepped on it. Yeah, he stepped on it.
Day. And whether it was intentional or not, you can't deny that surprise dropping on the same day as another artist isn't stepping on their toes, especially when it comes to Kendrick Lamar, because that album is going to be so anticipated. That album is going to get so much attention coming out of the Drake beef, and Kendrick knows that obviously it's going to cast shade and it's going to take away from Ice Cube's release in relation to West Coast hip hop. And I don't want to get this twisted because I think this is a very nuanced conversation. And to balance this out, let's go look at a recent interview that Ice Cube did talking about Kendrick.
And another person who, you know, you mentioned, you referenced Kendrick on the song.
I was Kendrick before Kendrick, rock and roll Hall of Famer like Jimi Hendrix.
But seeing how he's been able to do the same thing where he's, you know.
And Cube came out in an interview, said that he wasn't dissing, said that it was homage. So we'll just put that there.
Played within the system to a degree, but he's been himself. He hasn't.
I don't think it's homage when somebody got like, all right, boom. Let's just say you know somebody who's shining. They shining. Everybody congratulate. Yo, you know, son. And you just come in and insert yourself. But what about me, though? That's hating, bro. That's hating, man. When you see somebody else shine, let them shine, man. A lot of guys do that. That ain't just with Q. A lot of people do that. Just let that person shine, bro. You gonna have your day. Go sit down somewhere.
Formed his art. He's made sure to remain true to himself. And he's, you know, Snoop was talking about how Kendrick took the crown or took the throne, right? It wasn't like anyone really passed him the torch. They gave it, but he came and took the torch. So what's it been like?
And he's referring right there, Jeremy, is to that show where Snoop came out, Corrupt came out, Game came out, and they passed the West Coast torch symbolically on to Kendrick. And what I think is interesting is you want to talk about like OGs who might not be congratulating Kendrick and from the West Coast, how Kendrick can feel slighted. Well, Game was there. Game passed the torch. Game's even been on tracks with Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick Lamar has shown Game love before. And then for whatever reason, obviously when the Drake beef happens, Game's running around sharing Drake lyrics, quoting energy. You could see which side that he was taking. So if you want to talk about West Coast OGs moving weirdly for Kendrick and upsetting him, I could definitely see that being references to Game within Whacked Out Murals. But there's still this Ice Cube there. We're not going to let this go just yet. Let's keep it running.
See his rise from that moment where he, you know, quote unquote, took the throne of the West Coast and took it to the world.
I mean, it gives, you know, original artists hope, you know, artists that won't conform, but want to get a message out, want to get their music out in the way they see it. So to see him win, to see him have such a, you know, a big year, and see him jump into the battles. That's another way you can solidify yourself out here is, step up to the challenge of the battles that ensue. It's the, essence of the art. Most of us came up battle rapping people at school and shit, and quads and, hallways.
Yeah,
and
lunch tables.
and honing our skills against other MCs. That's, it's like sparring to a fighter. So when you see guys get into the big arena and actually fight for real, lyrically, it gets the juices going of the culture, because everybody love to see a heavyweight fight.
And that's what we're witnessing right now with the Joey Badass response. And then obviously Ray Vaughn responding, Daylight responding, right? It's sharpening pens right now. It's sharpening minds.
So to see him step up, battle multiple people with multiple songs, it was something that we had never seen before, It was pretty, it was like fucking Bruce Lee in Game of Death. I don't know if y'all seen that. Just going up, whooping ass.
Saved by Ice Cube joke. Hey, y'all ever be thinking of something and start just laughing? I don't know why I do that. Everybody could just be quiet. Everybody could just be chilling. I would think of something and be dying laughing, but I ain't gonna share it though. But I'm saved by the Ice Cube joke.
All the way up the tower.
Love that reference.
He at the top of the tower. Everybody has kicked under him, you know what I'm saying?
And then he still hasn't said a word.
Yeah, so that's what it was like. It was a beautiful sight to see.
I loved.
It was a beautiful sight to see. Now look, there's going to be people that are going to look at this interview and they'll go, well, there's a lack of enthusiasm when Ice Cube is talking about Kendrick. But if you look at previous Cube interviews, he always keeps it cool. And the other thing about Cube is, like, you never know kind of what he's going to say or what his opinion is going to be on a situation. He likes to stand out. He likes to be a maverick in a lot of ways. So that's kind of on par for Cube. But what I'm getting at is that here's an example of a recent interview, because we just broke down another recent interview with Who Kid where Cube is giving Kendrick respect and acknowledging that Kendrick won the battle. Now, is Cube like deep diving into the artistry and the impact of Kendrick, or is he just showing respect and sort of tipping the cap to someone who obviously won a battle? Well, that can be debated. But the important thing is that we have the background now. And this is where I want to insert nuance into the conversation, something that the internet often fails to deal with and will run away and just hyper sensationalize everything. Do I personally think that there's beef between Kendrick Lamar and Ice Cube? No, I don't. For everything that Kendrick in this album stands for, this celebration of the West Coast, of West Coast sounds, right? Taking cuts, taking samples from the Bay, shouting out LA, just combining the rich hip-hop cultures of the West Coast and infusing them into this album. Everything that Kendrick is making a point about right now in celebrating the West. It doesn't make sense for Kendrick to actively go after a legend in that space, a legend who has influenced him, a legend who he has shouted out many times before. But that still doesn't mean that Kendrick can't be disappointed in some of the things that Ice Cube does. Much in the same way that maybe I have a disagreement with...
That's what I think. That's what I think. As far as beef, like, yeah, when I see you, Ice Cube, I'm gonna punch you in the... No, of course not. Of course not. But as far as like, yo, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm let down, bro. Like, yo, big bro, where you at? Where you at, big bro? You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. Y'all let me know what y'all think, man. Big Kish signing out. I'm going, y'all.